Good afternoon. I am Teesha Carter, and I am coming to you live today. I just wanted to share a little information that I shared with my team a few weeks ago. We are in the middle of a pandemic here in the United States and I guess globally, and we have been working remote up until a couple weeks ago. We started a phased approach going back to the office, and some of my employees or some of the people that I have been around have tended to complain about the workload, complain about some of the things that we've had to do to be creative in these trying times. And so I spoke to my team just a few weeks ago about how we can change the way we look at things, how we can change the way we think, and how much of a difference that will make. I am the Deputy Director of a local government human resources department. We're actually called the Department of Talent Management, but we actually hold all of the functions of a typical human resources department. And so I feel like we set the example for all the employees within the county that we work in. And so I decided today, why not share the information I shared with my team just a few weeks ago with all of you? And so it came from a book that we read probably about about a year ago. And so it came back up to me. It actually came back to my remembrance. And so I decided to share it with you today. The book is titled, No Limits, Blow the Cap Off Your Capacity. And this is by John C. Maxwell. And so I'm going to actually turn to page 75 and read just a little of what I shared with my team. But before I start that, I did want to share a quote. And this quote also talks about the way we think. The quote is, what you're supposed to do when you don't like a thing is change it. If you can't change it, change the way you think about it. And that's by Dr. Maya Angelou. And it's so important that we know that we have power in our thoughts, and our thoughts create our destiny. As a man thinketh, so is he. And so sometimes we have to get control of our thoughts so that we can be our best selves. We also have to guard ourselves, guard who we hang around, guard who we listen to, what we listen to, how we spend our time, because that then becomes our thoughts, and our thoughts can help us to live better and more fulfilling lives, or our thoughts can help us to live a life of complaint and dread and lack. And so we want to go ahead and start with, again, this book is titled No Limits, Blow the Cap Off Your Capacity, and it's by John C. Maxwell. You can buy the book. I think it's on Amazon. Not very expensive. It's a hardback book. Pretty easy read. As you can tell, I have tabbed out some pages because it's actually a good read. I've used it in my personal life. I've used it with my children. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, I've used it with my employees. And so I'm going to go ahead and just read just a couple pages for you. And I hope that this will be inspirational for you. I hope that this will help you along the way. And please, please, please share this with someone you know that may benefit from it. If not the video, please buy the book. And then you can read it and share the information that you learn from it as well. So let's get started. Again, I am coming from page 75. And it's very simple, only 5 points. And it's just talking about how we think. The first thing it says is, everything begins with the thought. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, life consists of what a man is thinking about all day. So we have to be careful what we think, how we look at the world, how we look at those around us, how we judge people, how we judge certain circumstances, and how those thoughts can determine our next phase. Number 2, what we think determines who we are. Who we are determines what we do. So if we have aspirations and dreams to be something better, to go a little further, we can limit that by what we think. And so I love the fact that little children sometimes are able to dream big dreams. And if you can dream it, you can achieve it. And so one of the quotes here is, I have always thought the actions of men the best interpreters of their thoughts. John Locke. Number 3, our thoughts determine our destiny. Our destiny determines our legacy. James Allen said, you are today where your thoughts have brought you. You will be tomorrow where your thoughts take you. Number 4, people who go to the top think differently than others. William Arthur Ward said, nothing limits achievement like small thinking. Nothing expands possibilities like unleashed imagination. We just spoke about the imagination. So how far can you think? How far will your imagination take you? Number 5, and this is our final point of today. You can change the way you think. Paul the apostle wrote, whatever things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are of good report, if there is any virtue and if there is any praiseworthy, think on those things. So I leave you with the thought of always taking the time to refocus your thoughts. Think on things that you're grateful for. Think on things that you're thankful for. And I promise you, if you're having a tough day, if you're having a tough time, think on those things and it will completely turn things around for you. You have the power to change the way you think. You have the power to change the way those around you think. You have control over the thermostat when you walk into a room. Oprah Winfrey said that. So based on how you think, based on how you present yourself, you control everything around you. So change your thoughts. Again, this is Teesha Carter coming to you today. Hopefully you got something out of this. If you did, or if you have questions, please put them in the chat down below. Again, share this video and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.